I'm Dr. Balaji Narayana Swami Ramanathan. This is my channel NNR STR School of Wisdom. Today, part of the daily book reading, we'll be reading the Buddhist and the Theosophical Movements by C.V. Agarwal. It's hoisted for the first time on Vaisak Day 1886, accepted as the International Buddhist flag by the World Fellowship of Buddhists, designed by Colonel H.S. Alcott. The Buddhist and Theosophical Movements, 1873 to 2001, revised second edition, by Professor C.V. Agarwal, with the former General Secretary, the Indian Session, the Theosophical Society, retired Professor, Institute of Technology, Banaras Hindu University. Forward by Mrs. Radha Bernier, International President, the Theosophical Society. Introduction by Venerable Mabalangma Bibilsara Masetru, Mahabodhi Society of India. It's by Mahabodhi Society of India, 2001. The first edition was published in 17 February 1993, 2000 copies. Second edition in 17 September 2001, 2000 copies. Translation German, French and Finnish. Published by Mahabodhi Society of India. Can also had by the Theosophical Publishing House, Adayar. The foreword by Radha Bernier says, Dr. C.V. Agarwal has gathered in this book interesting and useful information on the great work done by Colonel H.S. Alcott to help the Buddhist cause. He has emphasized that the true Buddhist and the real Theosophist is emphasized that the true Buddhist and the real Theosophist are not concerned with labels, but with the welfare of humanity, for which the Lord Buddha himself toiled. To those who are dedicated to the supreme aim of freeing the human mind from its tragic ignorance and travail, superficial differences ceases to be of importance. The book relates in detail how Buddhists and Theosophists labored in friendship to raise Buddhist ideas and teachings to a rightful place of dignity at a time when they were looked down upon under colonial rule. The future too, the author urges the common task of spiritual emancipation can be carried on in friendship and cooperation. May this book prepared, which much sealed by Dr. Agarwal, help to enlighten people about the past and bring about a greater sense of understanding among the servants of humanity. Radha Bernier, International President of the Theosophical Society. Then it says about the Theosophical Society. The Theosophical Society was founded in New York on 17 November 1875. The international headquarters are located at Adayar, Chennai, India. Motto: There is no dharma higher than truth. Object: to form a nuclear of universal brotherhood of humanity without distinction of race, creed, sex, caste or color. To encourage the study of comparative religion, philosophy and science. To investigate unexplained laws of nature and the powers latent in man. Introduction by Dr. M. Bibilsara Mahetaro, Mahabodhi Society of India. 1st January 2536 B. It is not without significance that 1991 was the century year for both the Mahabodhi Society in India and the Indian session of the Theosophical Society. The history of the Buddhist revival in the present era dates back to the Panadora debate of 1873, and the International Theosophical Society was founded in 1875. The early history of these two great movements is intimately linked. Later in their adolescence, they manifested their distinctive characteristics, though the goal for the good, for the gain, and for the welfare of all remain unchanged. The centenary celebration provided an opportunity for the exchange of views and close collaboration once again. It all started with Dr. C.V. Agarwal, General Secretary of the Theosophical Society in India, being the first principal speaker at our celebration at Sarnath in November 1991, followed his visit to Sri Lanka at our invitation, and more recently, Venerable L. Aryavansa Mahathara, President of the Mahabodhi Society of India, being the chief guest at the 117th Foundation Day celebration of the Theosophical Society held on 17 November 1992 at Varanasi. The book written at our suggestion is a result of the coming together of the two sister organizations and is aimed at giving information in an interesting story-like style about the collaborative work, especially in the early days. It is hoped that it will help to refresh our memories of the early ties and make them brighter and stronger in the days to come, and also that the organization will work together to dispel the darkness of ignorance and show the path of enlightenment. May the blessings of Trinatha rest on all. Introduction to the revised edition. I have great pleasure in introducing the edition of a popular and useful publication, the Buddhist and Theosophical publication, that's 17 September 2545b. Acknowledgement by C.V. Agarwal. Respected thanks are due to the Venerable M. Bilasara's General Secretary, Mahabodhi Society of India, for writing the introduction and the publication of this book by the Mahabodhi Society of India. The author is grateful to Ms. Radha Bernier, International President of the Theosophical Society, for a foreword. The association of these two high officials with this book aimed at renewal and strengthening of the brotherly ties between Buddhist and Theosophical movement is not without significance. When Dr. D. Revada, Deputy General Secretary of the Mahabodhi Society of India, deserves special thanks, as it is he who asked the author to write and encourage him throughout. Venerable L. Alvensia Nayaga Maharatro, President Mahabodhi Society of India, has also given the blessing of the three Ratna of the Endeavour. Lieutenant Colonel Nandan Nilkarni and R.K. Banerjee, formerly at the Department of English, Benares Hindu University, took pain to go through the work by C.V. Agarwal. The second edition, also enthusiastic support from several quarters, inspired the author to go more deeply in the subject and research newer sources. The matter available is too vast to be published in a monograph at this. Sentence and paragraph have been added in this edition. Contents. Forward by Radha Bernier, introduction, then Buddhist and the Theosophical Society. The content is introduction, Panturia debate, Colonel Olcott and Madame Blavatsky arrives in Sri Lanka, winning rights for Buddhist education, funds for Buddhist education, device and tools, forging unity, religious agitation spreads, Dharmapala joins tears, organized propaganda, Buddhist catechism, national holiday and other rights in Sri Lanka, newspapers started, Buddhist flag, the Burmese respond, the land of the rising sun, the northern and the southern school join hand, Southeast Asia, Buddhist in the west, the Bodh Gaya temple, founding of the Mahabodhi Society. At the World Parliament of Religions, differences in approach arise, common work for the scheduled caste, Colonel Olcott retires. Other theosophists come forward. Continued interest of theosophists in Buddhism. Mrs. Mary E. Foster, Christmas Humphreys, recognition of Colonel Olcott's work, Tibetan Buddhism and the Theosophists. Recent contacts between the Buddhist and the Theosophist. The common purpose, fundamental Buddhist beliefs, 12 principles of Buddhism, references. Namo, veneration to the etc. on the home Bodhi, the perfect self-enlightened. From the book Light of the Asia, it's quoted, many a house of life hath held me, seeking ever him who wrote these prisons of the senses, sorrow fraught, sore was my ceaseless strife. But now, thou builder of this tabernacle thought, I know thee never shall thou build again. These walls of pain, nor raise the roof free of besides nor lay. Fresh rapids on the city, broken thy houses, and the rich pole split delusion fashioned it. Say pass it then deliverance to obtain. The Mahabodhi Society was founded by Anargarga Dhanbala in 1891. Particulars about its activities and publication can be obtained from the General Secretary, Mahabodhi Society of India, Calcutta. Thank you.